Good. All right, we're good. This is episode 64 of the West Coast POPCast. We got a big show for you today, so thank you for tuning in. Hit us up in the chats. We want to hear from you because we got a lot going on today. Knock is going to have us pick only one, so we're going to play that game, and we'd like you to play along with us. We are going to play a round of verses where these two are going to try to convince me to either keep JR on commentary or if it's time for him to hit the road. And also, we're going to have a nice discussion about the end of the pandemic era wrestling. So we got all that lined up. So my name is Zach, and let's meet the other two here. The main guy here with the brains of the operation. He runs his own cult. It is Eric. How you doing, buddy?
Doing A-okay because I know Money in the Bank. I'm getting my WCP Predictions Championship back.
And the man he needs to get it back from, the high-flying champion, Knock.
Take a little offense you call him the brains of the operation, but we're not going to talk about it. I'm the real final boss of pro wrestling, the champion. I provide for this channel so much. And this week, guys, we got the 500 subs.
We did. 500 subs. We got 501. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't subscribed, please hit it. Let's get to 600 even faster. We love you. But yeah, this is the show. We are going to talk about wrestling for the next hour or so. Two independent wrestlers, one comedian. That's the story here. And let's get into the weekly recap in wrestling. Monday Night Raw, we had Battle Royal. We had Piper Niven, I'm not calling her Doudrop, beat up Asuka in a kind of a squash match. And we had Drew, AJ, and Riddle in a real match. You guys catch any of Raw?
I did, actually. That main event was awesome, man. I'm not mad they subbed in Riddle for Randy Orton, but it was a good way to get Drew some shine, having a great match going to Money in the Bank since he's kind of been in the spotlight a little too much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eric, you catch any of Raw?
I was going to watch the main event, but then I got spoiled on it, so I was like, I got other stuff to do I can do. But props to them for actually giving them a full triple threat match. That was really smart. Props.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Also, another highlight, Ricochet versus Morrison. It ended in a double count out. But look, man, we got a great match between the two, and these are two that we've been wanting to match for a while.
Yeah, if you're going to do a double count out, do it like that, man. Ricochet springboard outside the ring, man, that was so cool. There's probably, a little padding back there, but it doesn't matter. The spot was amazing. These two is a dream match. How do you feel about Kofi and MVP on the mic this week? I thought they bodied him.
It's so good. And you know what just makes it like sour in my mouth a little bit here is the fact that there's the rumor of Lashley versus Goldberg coming at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Goldberg.
God. But yeah, Kofi and MVP were really good. And tomorrow night we have New Day taking on MVP and Lashley. So that's pretty good.
Nice.
Anything else you guys want to talk about on Raw? It was basically a decent Money in the Bank setup show.
I think those are the main highlights we're going to touch on. That. Forgive me in the chat if you think you guys see anything, let us know. But I don't think there's anything else that was crazy for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just for once, they did a good job setting up the Money in the Bank match, like the participants.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Nikki Cross, though. I'm digging the superhero gimmick, even though I told Eric Hurricane Helms is not for me. It's crazy how I flip-flop like that.
All right. Well, let's go into Tuesday night. We have NXT up next. It looks like Zoe and Io Shirai are going to be the challengers for the tag titles. They're setting up Cross and Gargano. Diamond Mine beat up Asher Hale. Cole O'Reilly and Joe was effing hilarious to me. And
Great.
the big news, Swerve took North American Championship off of Reed, sending him packing to the main roster, most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see how you take the belt from that quick and then not go to the main roster. He's coming for sure.
Yeah.
Congrats to Swerve, man.
Yeah, definitely. Congrats.
Yeah.
Hit Row is doing all right so far.
They got a Cypher celebration coming up on NXT this week. That's going to be pretty cool.
What's a Cypher celebration?
It was
the main villain of Fast 9.
Oh, all right. Come on, man. Come on. We're not going to mention that. This is the rest of the podcast. We're not talking about that. We're not going to talk about it. If you want to talk about the Fast 9, go watch Pop Talk. It's on the channel right now. But we're not going to discuss that right now. Cypher, I think he's going to rap. They have all the people got the rapping, pretty much.
Okay. I'm good with that. Yeah, I'm good.
Sweet.
And Knock, you mentioned in the comments every time Joe's on the screen.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
It is gold, man. Adam Cole's really raised his level. I know he could always deliver promos, but him being there and Joe's presence, like he doesn't have to say nothing in that promo. It was just great. Kyle O'Reilly, man, and that's gonna be a good match. It's the Great American Bash this week, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I do want to go back to what Zach said about Io and Zoe Stark taking on the tag belts or tag champs. They've been hinting at Io going heel again. Like Candice kind of said, watch your back. She always stabs people in the back. And Io just posted something on Twitter. It was like, come next Great American Bash, I will win. I will become champion. I mean, we will win. So I'm just thinking, man, if they lose, it's Zoe Stark's fault. I think Io might turn back.
Okay.
I dig it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a great heel.
She's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think she's going on the main roster soon?
I don't know what else you do with her besides maybe finishing off her long-term booking with Candice LeRae, maybe a Zoe Stark match and Saray to help her get accustomed to the American style. I don't see what else you do with her on NXT.
Fair enough. Mercedes got knocked out.
She did.
Yes.
Clean.
Zaya.
Yeah. Ridiculous. I found it even more ridiculous after. So Tyler Breeze said that he trained Xia Li in a 8-week class, and he said that she was ready to go. She was ready to be like a big part of NXT. I see absolutely no difference from when she was there before. She still does not know how to wrestle in between spots. She's good for spot to spot transit, like the big moments, but that's it. She's still knocking people out.
I'll say this:
Yeah.
after 8 weeks of school, I'm ready to go too. So maybe that's what, that. But we might have to call her Nia Lee from now on if this keeps happening.
Oh gosh. I hope Mercedes is okay. I think she was in the concussion protocol.
Yeah,
Okay.
It seems like she's fine. I think he got her out of the hospital like the same night, or at least the
Okay.
next morning. So
All right. Any other major takeaways from NXT?
I mean, Zach, let me ask you this: is Karrion Kross a face or a heel, man? He literally tried to run Johnny Gargano's head off at the end of the show.
I don't know.
he's a
Again,
badass.
you can't use closed fist, but you can kill someone.
Oh man, absolute badass.
Yeah. that
Again,
was nuts.
more dark matches. You think he's going to the main roster too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's time. Who was it? It was him and someone else. Some new guy was on Dark. I forget who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are getting called up, I think. I think it's going to refresh everything, and we'll get into my theory on, actually all of our theories on women's Money in the Bank when we hit SmackDown. But I think if they're smart, they're going to do kind of like a restructuring.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into AEW. Who wants to lead us on AEW Dynamite?
EW. You mean WWE Dynamite? W.
Ay, ay.
Oh man, we'll get to that part later.
We'll
But
get to it.
Eric, how do you feel about AEW?
Good show. I definitely need to know at some point. Like Tony Khan needs to explain what the hell happened to the casket match. That was not a heel move. That was a dick move. If they were planning on doing it all along, but I hope something does come up. I hope they explain what happened there. Hangman. The challenge is lame. He wasn't the one who threw it down. The Dark Order did it for him, but we are going to get Kenny and Hangman soon, and I cannot wait for it.
Yeah.
I think Hangman is my favorite wrestler right now because I don't remember.
Wow.
I don't think I remember actually disliking him. Anything he's done for like the past since AEW started. I love everything he's doing. He's my favorite.
So this this slow build for him has worked for you because he was never a main event guy in the Indies. He was kind of like the big like mid card guy.
Yeah.
So they've done him right.
I really like him.
Yeah.
What else do we have there? Of course, we have. So, did you guys notice Reba? Did you guys see anything about Reba? Is she injured? Is she out? A rebel? Whatever it is.
No.
I don't know. Is there something happening between her and JR? I'm waiting for that Jungle Boy picture next because I keep seeing like weird random photos of these two together.
I can't even imagine that. Ugh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reason I ask is at the end of the match, if you pay attention, you could see. Oh, actually, like even when she breaks up the pin, I don't know if when she fell, she just fell awkwardly or what, but her leg is messed up. She crawls out to the ring, and as Britt is getting thrown through the table, you can see her like talking to the doctors, and it's.
Oh wow.
So like
I hope she's good.
I hope so, because I mean Britt doesn't like need her life or death, but you know
Yeah. But I like the pairing of them too. I was saying on Twitter this week, posting for our Twitter account, we need to get the waiting room back. Where has that been at, man?
Yeah, they could do it so well now that she has the belt. She should just kick people off the show. Like, you're not even worthy of being here. I want to see more heel.
She'll be her own guest.
I'd buy it.
Yeah.
I would too.
Of course, there's that main event. I absolutely love that main event. That was terrific. MJF.
It's one of the
Sammy.
best main events they've ever done.
It was. So I this is why I didn't necessarily want to see MJF and Jericho, and this actually makes me want that match less. Sammy and MJF should be the big blow off. It should be between those two.
Yeah.
Because MJF can match whoever pays he's wrestling.
Yeah.
He did it with Moxley. Unfortunately, he did it with Jericho, which is why the match was a little slower. But whatever. I don't know if he can carry a match on his own, but he can damn sure keep up with whoever he's wrestling. So they need to do this again at some point.
Yeah,
That's a good way to break it down.
That's exactly what bothered me about this main event. This is exactly what should be. They're doing the storyline backwards to me, 100% backwards, except for this match, which should be the main blow off between the two factions. So it just the way they are handling the booking of these two factions feuding just frustrates me because it's just everything is off. So great main event, like you said, but just the booking of this feud just doesn't work for me at all.
Yeah. There's no way this Jericho MJF tops this. I'm sorry.
No.
It's not happening.
No.
Maybe back in the day, but not now. If the conclusion of all this is a rematch on pay-per-view, Sammy Guevara, MJF, and the winner, that's a winner take all, whatever, and Sammy Guevara gets his revenge there, then fine. The booking's been fine. But that would involve Jericho having to lose to MJF again. And I'd kind of be fine with that.
I'm perfectly fine with that. Even if that means that's how Jericho gets off, I'm cool with that. Gets written off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going on tour, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knock. Would you rather leap like Sammy did? Do you think you could make that jump, or would you rather take that top rope pile driver?
I would definitely leap. That top rope pile driver would scare me. MJF did a really good job, and the camera work did a really good job here. I'm gonna talk about camera work when we get to SmackDown later, but MJF was pushing it a little bit, pushing it forward a little bit, and the camera didn't really capture a lot of that, so that helped the flip a lot. But Sammy cleared that. Dude's athletic as fuck. He got shot out of a cannon. I would rather do that over a top rope tombstone pile driver. I don't know if I'll ever do that.
God, I thought that should have been the finish, but they played it off really well, giving them time to just hurt. So
yeah.
And
They were on fire, man.
They were. And props to Bryce Rensburg. He's a damn good referee.
He is.
Just everything he did during that match was really cool.
Yeah, he's been in the game a long time. And how did you guys feel about the was there a lot of commercial breaks here for you guys? How did you feel about that? And the way they've been in with Blood and Guts in the past few main events with Britt and Thunder Rosa. I felt it was better here.
It felt equal, I guess.
It felt equal.
Yeah. It didn't piss me off, so maybe there were less.
Yeah, I don't think it took away as much as before. I think they're getting better at that.
Or at least finding spots to go to a break on.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I watched the Fight TV version, so no commercials.
Okay.
Which is great.
One other thing, I don't mind Vicky wrestling. I like her. She's done a lot for the business in her time. I just think you need to have another women's match on the card if you're going to do this type of match.
No. I agree. Sorry, they don't have enough women's matches. They do not have nearly enough week to week.
Yeah.
Yeah, this I don't want to call this a low point, but it was kind of the low point of the show.
Yeah, I mean, with everything else on the card, yeah. And it's no discredit to them. The ending, the build up with Nala putting Britt to the table is good for their match coming up.
Yeah. I kind of want to bet that Rebel was the one that's supposed to go through that table. I feel like they probably called an audible there for Britt to go through.
Maybe.
I don't know. I could see that though. Shout out to Jungle Boy, man, first to 50 wins.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And, got Anna Jay, so life is going perfect for you, Jungle Boy, isn't it?
That man is chilling right now.
He is good.
Yeah.
You got the Mario Bros back in action. Oh man, what was going on with these mustaches? Kenny said it. I forget who he said, but he had reference to like I think Harley Race back in the day or something like that.
Okay.
I'm sure it was reference to something because how dare they do something original?
Oh man.
Oh man.
I'll give it. I thought it was a cool like one night thing to coordinate. Probably just text each other. Just go for the handlebar tonight.
Yeah. They're gonna continue that. If they show up next week with that, man, I think Brandon Cutler had it going too.
Really?
Yeah, he's patchy, but he had it.
Yeah, Nakazawa
And I
was
think
trying.
another one of the people had it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Oh man.
Like seriously, they should have had Nakazawa like draw one out, have a fake one or something.
That would have been hilarious. I would have been tearing up if he did that.
That is hilarious.
All right. Well, anything else on AEW you want to touch on before we head on to SmackDown?
Well, real quick, just thoughts on Ethan Page, man. How do you think about that story with Darby Allin and all that? Like you talked about the coffin match, and I think it was planned that they were going to push it back another week to give them the heel moment.
But see, I don't think, and WWE does this a couple times too. I don't think advertising something and then taking it away is a heel moment. I think that's like a real life dick moment. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I was thinking about going to that show, and that was one of the matches that would have convinced me. But yeah, but that just sucks.
Well, we'll see what happens. All right, let's go on to Friday Night SmackDown. Eric, you catch SmackDown?
I caught the beginning half of it. So we have, starting up as I get my notes, great promo from Edge. Damn great promo.
Yes.
Really, like you said, Zach, it actually really does show that he could win. Like, he's making us believe that there's a chance he could beat Roman. And damn, he knows that his eyes are his selling point. He knows it's a damn good look.
Does.
He is crazy.
Yep.
Roman showed some damn good fear at WrestleMania, and they played into it. I really like that.
Very good promo. When you get to certain championship matches, you figure they're going to be blowouts. But yeah, this promo has me hyped for this match at Money in the Bank.
Definitely. Next segment, I believe, was this. I might have my notes I've ordered. Was it Baron Corbin and Apollo versus Shinsuke and Big E?
Apollo!
The one who stole this segment was Pat McAfee sitting on Michael Cole's head during that entrance. He's just going crazy, man.
Yo, how do
You know, my issue with that was the you want to talk about camera work on SmackDown, Knock. They didn't sit on that long enough because they sat on that for a second and then they pan out to them going up to the ring and then they do a wide pan. It's like, you have a moment here.
Yeah.
Like, sit on it like he's sitting on fucking Cole.
Yeah, you got Michael Cole selling out here. You're going to ruin that. He did all that work for nothing.
That was a waste. We're never going to see that again.
Right.
Yeah, because you can't do it again. Just.
Right. What do you guys think about Baron Corbin's whatever he's doing?
I think it's kind of funny, man. I think in a weird way it's going to work. Because, everyone hated him so much, and now he's going to be this, character who has to sell things off and get his stuff repossessed. They trademarked something called Happy Corbin. I don't know where we're going with this, but we'll see.
Oh, boy.
It's like he's so broke he can't even afford, like, razors and shit.
Yeah.
It's so, like, okay, so this crown was tied to all his finances? This is ridiculous. I mean,
man, he was the king.
It's funny. I'll give them props. I don't know if they have a comedy writer doing it or what, but there's some funny moments in there. Greg Hamilton's intro was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The repo was funny. I'll give him props. And Baron Corbin's selling it with that face.
He is.
He is.
So props.
This is gonna be good for him in the long run, I think. It's a
Yeah,
good moment.
Yeah. Next up in my notes, this is, I think, where I cut. Actually, no, I have two more things in my notes now. Tossed it off. But Zelina Vega's return
Yes,
of the
sir.
Vega-Star. What'd you guys think of the return itself? Because I have an issue.
Okay. There's a few things we're here. We got to run up a lot of stuff. People are going crazy. People are mad at her for returning after what she said, first of all. I don't know.
Really?
But the return itself, like, she's great in a promo. She's always going to give a good mic work. Her and Sonya Deville and Liv coming out later. It just, I have a weird thing with her losing for her return. I don't know. That's just how I feel.
It could lead to a number of things. This is what I want to talk about. We have this build-up that seems like Liv could win the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Or start a feud with one of these women that she's losing to. It could be a good thing for Zelina to feud with Liv at first, but then again, you have two people, which I hate in wrestling, two people that need to go over feuding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also with this, Eric, let's go on. Let's go to what you have to say first.
So I don't think anyone in the ring did anything wrong. It's just I felt the. So I got spoiled on it, first of all. I watched it spoiled.
Yeah.
So I'm sure if you watched it like live, and yeah, it's a great surprise. It's Lena Vega. That's a huge ass moment. But
Yes.
watching it spoiled, I was like, yeah, you could have done a little bit more with that return. You could have, like, if you're gonna have Liv and Zelina fight anyway, why not have Liv come out first, give a damn great face promo, and then say, if you can beat this mystery opponent, then that's your way into Money in the Bank, and that's the big Zelina surprise. Like, just 2 or 3 sentences into her intro was kind of weird.
I get that. I also get that maybe it's a selling point to get to Money in the Bank, seeing Zelina back, but also they could have waited. The SmackDown before Money in the Bank is your first time with fans back. You know, thousands of people.
Yeah.
There. That could have been your last thing. You wrap up the Liv storyline the week before, or you wrap it up that one for the go home show. But they could have got that pop with Zelina. You know, they still have gotten the buy rates from her being there.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty nice to hear.
But props to them for keeping it secret in 2021. I don't think anyone
Yeah,
saw
she was
it.
backstage last week too, and they kept her hidden. So
They did it well, because I remember the rumors of her returning were like a few months ago. They said she was like in PC, then they kind of let it die down a bit, and they brought her
Yeah.
back. So that was a good job of letting like a little misdirection there.
Yeah.
I think
I'm not
maybe
mad
they-
at her for taking a job. Like I don't know.
Oh no,
No. Anyone who's hating on her, shut the fuck up.
right. She's not wearing a name tag and making minimum wage, so I'm all right.
Exactly.
So I have a thing to mention here. His name is SCW Wrestling. He has a channel here on
Yes, sir.
YouTube. He had a show with Jonesy Chats Wrestling. They brought up such a good point. You could do Liv Morgan against the authority figure Sonya Deville. She doesn't win Money in the Bank, but this is the storyline. This could be a very big storyline for Liv, because if she sells it right, it's completely different from Austin and McMahon. It's its own thing, and I think that's a very good spot from SCW calling that out.
Okay, that's a great call for like a ton of reasons. Last year, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville took over in storyline, man, and they had a great moment. But I don't think Mandy was quite ready for the world title. When Carmella got Money in the Bank, she won it, but she was not really ready for the world title at that point. Now she can win whatever. She's great. So let Liv have a great storyline, this build, get really good in the ring, and so that she's ready for the belt down the line. And you can have someone else who can use it right now, get the Money in the Bank. So that's a smart idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig that. I would hate to book it because I'd want them both to win every match, but
Yeah,
I would watch
especially
it.
if that's Sonya's return.
Yeah.
But if you do it where Sonya is the authority figure booking matches, you don't have to mess with that until like the very end.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot you can do there, man. Each week, that'd be a hot storyline.
Yeah.
It would be. That's
Yeah.
very cool.
What do you guys think of Otis? Otis debuted a new look. But actually,
Man,
I'm
looks
thinking
like a thumb.
he looks very, he's very good at being kind of like a pissed off bigger guy.
Yeah,
Yeah. He is. The look is gonna take a second to get used to, but he is.
For sure.
He's doing a good job.
And Chad Gable's doing a good job by his side.
Oh, of course.
they are, man. This was the best thing for Otis, because after that storyline he had before, he was kind of not doing much, and there was not. He can't be that joke character anymore. That was going to take him too far. This will get him to that
Right.
next level.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, that's pretty much it for SmackDown. Edge came out at the end, obviously, and took out Roman. So,
Did I,
any last words on SmackDown?
did I have a stroke?
Jimmy Uso.
Huh?
Did I have a stroke? We just completely
Oh.
missed over the last man standing.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So I was surprised it was in the main event, but damn, that was a great match. I love
Yeah.
these two together. Give him a bonus, give him a blank check, and say whenever you two want to wrestle or you're bored, just go at it.
When in doubt, throw Kevin and Sammy together. Doesn't matter the match, stipulation, storyline. Just throw them together. They'll do magic.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh man, I love that pop-up power bomb. So I'm so glad he brought it
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. You can hear Sammy saying, "Man, how did we get to this point? What is going on here?" He just keeps power bombing him. It's great. So good.
Oh, man. The karma telling them this is karma, hitting him with that Luva kick, which oh my god, McAfee was on the ball this episode. Good on him. Just a great match. I do not tire of these two at all.
Yeah, I think they're one of the only people I'd take the Fight Forever chant for.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. Anyone catch NXT UK?
Got a recap. I did not watch it though. So if you saw it firsthand, then feel free.
I did not.
Okay. Well, for anyone who wants to check it out, if you're wondering what's happening, Tyler Bate successfully defends the NXT UK Heritage Cup against Jack Stars in 2 out of 1 rounds. I've never heard her name, so please forgive me for mispronouncing it. Alfie Valkyrie defeated Schmidt. I do not have her first name for some reason, but we're going with Schmidt. And Jordan Devlin defeats A-Kid via submission. I think Jordan Devlin's going to be a champion very soon because he's still saying that he's still the champion, even though he lost it clean in a ladder match. So he's going crazy.
Sounds like Eric over here thinking he's still the Infinity champion, though he lost.
It's just going to come right back to the full circle. Don't you worry.
Yeah. It looks like they're going to do a storyline with Ginny and Valkyrie coming up. Ginny was out there like showing some interest and whatnot.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
And then Joe Coffey, I think, is next up for Tyler Bate. So that'll be interesting.
I'll watch that. I wasn't huge as the Coffee Brothers, but I'll watch the UK Heritage Cup match.
Yeah. I'm not too big on them, but they know what they're doing. They're solid.
Yeah.
I still say NXT UK could fold, but we'll see how it goes when fans come back, see if they can actually make money now.
Yeah.
It's in a weird position, but all right, in ROH.
Oh, actually,
Fred Yehai lost. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, real quick. This is more news and rumors, but while we're on NXT UK, B Priestley has signed with NXT UK.
Yes.
As Blair Davenport. So hopefully they bring her to NXT soon before NXT UK folds, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that name is from something
belt.
else. I can't remember what it is. It's like a TV show or movie.
It does sound familiar.
All right. Well, in ROH, Fred Yehai lost to Gresham, and the Briscoes fought on the family farm.
They had another one-on-one match.
Yeah.
It
wasn't good. I'm sorry. I love ROH, but this was not it. Their dad was the ref, and then it was a double count out, and then the dad was basically like, see, that's why we got to stick together, and their dad has nice teeth, I'll say that.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
This match wasn't it for me.
That's a shame.
I'll say it again. Do you think it's time for him to go somewhere else besides Ring of Honor? Like, get some other bigger spotlight or anything?
They'll get lost in AEW, and they'll get lost in WWE. I'm sorry, but they will.
Yeah, I think Ring of Honor, it just pays them and Jay Lethal a shit ton of money to just stay there, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Real quick, Solid Phantom, Hey Dudes, and Noob & Co. Our 500 sub, man. Hello.
Hey.
That is true.
You are the reason for this banner. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Noob & Co.
All right, Eric. Eric, you watched NWA Power.
I did. I absolutely did. Oh, man, that was... So it's like a 48-minute show. I don't know how much of that I watched because I skipped a shit ton of it. All right, let me put my notes real quick. So we have July 13th. They are going to debut what they call the Champion Series, a point-based tournament where both Nick Aldis and Camille Ortiz to be involved, as well as legends. It kind of gives me G1 Climax vibes, but we'll see where it goes. They said they're going to tease something else next week, but I'm not going to watch it. The promos and the packages were very hard to watch. Like, I fully understand that they're trying to go for the vintage look, but God, this was just hard to watch. If you watch these shows, if you watch the NWA, please tell me what I'm missing, because I did not understand the point of any of these. We have opening match, Genocide versus Lady Frost. Very cheesy gimmicks, but an okay opening match with two women that honestly should go to NXT or AEW so they can get some training and be big stars. Aaron Stevens and Kratos booked a 6-man tag match. Literally, the point of this tag match was to waste time. Like, so Aaron Stevens and Kratos are both tag team partners, and they booked the match so they're on separate teams. So the entire time they're in the corner outside the ring talking to each other, like joking, like, "Oh, we don't care about this match. This match is whatever." Just for a nerd tag team to come out and say, "Hey, you guys are wasting time. This isn't NWA." Then why the hell did NWA book it? This is a terrible waste of a match. And what else? JTG and Chris Adonis are set in, next week for the National Heavyweight Title Championship match. Fred Rosser has come to the aid of JTG because Chris Adonis has his Strictly Business faction. So I'm putting money on JTG, but honestly, either one of them could win. And lastly, Thunder Rosa. We all know Thunder Rosa is like a superstar.
Yeah,
Megastar.
Okay, so I almost don't want to blame their interviewer, but their interviewer is also strange. But they have Thunder Rosa do an interview, and she's like, her question is, her only question. I understand Melina has feuds with a lot of people. What are your thoughts on that? And Thunder Rosa's answer is basically, Melina, you're my sister, and you're standing up for what's right, even though I think she's the heel. But you're on your own, sis. And that's the only question they have for Thunder Rosa. Nothing else. You have this huge megastar, and that's her only purpose for this episode. And Melina loses in a 9-minute main event match against the returning Kylie Ray. This episode made no sense.
Does Kylie Ray just show up everywhere? Like, every week she returns somewhere?
Yeah, Kylie Ray's been going AEW, TNA, now NWA.
She has nowhere else to debut in. Like, I'm happy she's mentally just stable, but yeah.
I mean, she's just couch crashing.
Don't watch. I'm not gonna say don't watch NWA Power. They've been okay with us on social media, but God, this episode was hard.
All right, man, you gotta have that boy Jordan Clearwater in there to boost those ratings. Shout out to Jordan Clearwater, man, the golden boy.
Shout out to.
All right, well, Power can take a back seat until whenever, I guess. It's strictly on YouTube still.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I think so. So the main event, you can catch it on YouTube. They only show the first 5 minutes, but don't worry because it's only like 2 minutes after that. The rest of the match, there's nothing special. It's so fucking ridiculous.
Ugh. Sounds like F9 all over again. All right, let's get into news and rumors. Balal Jungle, 500 because of people like you. We love you. Thanks for jumping in the chats.
Thank you.
All right, I just have a few things and I'll let you guys go down here. We did the Parker Bordeaux. Oh, no, we didn't. Sorry. Parker Bordeaux possibly spilled the beans on his NXT debut, tweeting out #breakout. So, like he did the breakout tournament.
They already started that tournament, I think, on 205 Live with some people.
Did they?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Let me look this up again. But I'm pretty sure on 205 Live they had the breakout tournament start.
I hope not. There ain't nobody watching it.
Yeah, Desmond Troy versus Joe Gacy, and then Guru Raj versus Andre Chase on 205 Live.
Wow.
All right. Thanks for putting that on something no one's gonna watch.
That's so strange because even when I was Googling who was in it and they said those 4 names, no one said it was gonna be on 205 Live. So I'm guessing nobody knew. I
don't know why you just don't do some NXT with the bigger spotlight. They're supposed to break out, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a fly flying around here, so if I'm distracted, don't worry. I'm still listening.
No problem.
Eric, this goes to you. Noob and Company. Melina is good on NWA, but I think it's time for her to go back to WWE. She's good on the spotlight.
This is literally the one episode of NWA Power I've watched in a long time, so I will take your word for it. It's weird that it was a 9-minute match where she lost to a super kick.
All right. Darby Allin will have a role in the upcoming Jackass 4. I really wouldn't brag about that.
Wow.
Impact went to its second lowest ratings with 69,000 people, and apparently once the Kenny Omega segment came on, it dropped another 10,000.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know if you can really blame Kenny and them for that. I don't know.
If you're going to brag about being the demo god and everything else, you got to take the licks too.
That's true.
SmackDown, smallest ever rating on Fox. The only thing I really had to deal with was, I guess, 4th of July holiday and the NHL.
Well, I mean, Roman wasn't in the show this week, so. The big draw.
And otherwise too, I think Monday Night Raw did meh as usual. Yeah, that's all I got.
I think that Darby Allin thing might be kind of cool. I mean, I know Jackass isn't really as popular as it was back in the day, but he really fits that mold. He fits perfectly in there.
Unfortunately, he fits that mold. I love Darby Allin. I love his film stuff. He's better than Jackass 4. I really am sad that he's doing this.
Oh man.
As long as he's safe, I say screw it. I don't have.
You guys got any news rumors?
NWA took up all my time, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see too much. I mean, I see people talk about John Moxley going bald now and how he looks like that one guy, Sam Roberts. But I haven't seen too much news and rumors this week. Just been trying to catch up on wrestling. Like caught up on Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor, watching that back. The Beast in the East. Ooh. And that just makes you miss heel Kevin Owens bad. He was gold. The other thing, real quick, Thunder Rosa, man, she's been promoting. Shout out to Thunder Rosa for following us on Twitter, by the way. The support's been amazing. But she's been promoting her Mission Pro Wrestling. All women on there. You have Heather Monroe going on there, the Renegade Twins. Just a stacked card. So definitely check out the tickets for that. Check out that pay-per-view. A lot of people that are coming up there are going to be really good, and the stars they already have there is going to be amazing. So Thunder Rosa has been putting in work.
She has.
Cool. Yeah, she's she seems like she's like I don't know. She can do absolutely anything and do it all at once.
Exactly.
Yeah. When you see the work,
she's definitely.
Sorry, go ahead.
She's definitely got a bigger mind than just wrestling. Like she's in the business side, like doing so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. We look at the workload she's doing now. I think she's getting ready for that contract to end. I don't know if it's like so she can just focus on the business or if she can sign with one promotion. And I don't know. She's building up towards something huge.
Yeah. I mean, she's also been on commentary for AEW as well for the Spanish broadcast team. People, you might forget that too. Like, there's so many avenues of what she's doing. It's just insane.
Oh yeah,
the MMA. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on. Another person who just keeps putting in work. You do a lot. You really do, Knock, and I appreciate you. You got a game for us where we can only pick one.
Yes, sir. Let's bring it up real quick. First question today. We'll go back to another woman putting in work. We got Mickie James. She's looking for an opponent. If you've seen her on Twitter, she's been saying, who should be my next opponent for the pay-per-view coming up in NWA? So I got a few lists of names here real quick. Who would you pick? A returning shock value. We got Mickie James versus Lita. Or we got Mickie James versus who she says right now, well, it's her best friend. And it's also the greatest women's wrestler in the world right now, Serena Deeb. Mickie James versus the AEW champion, the Doctor, Britt Baker. Mickie James versus the most technical wrestler, Deonna Purrazzo, or Mickie James versus a newcomer of your choice.
All very good choices.
Ooh.
Let us know in the comments below who you pick. Just to start it off while you guys think, I'm picking Mickie James versus Serena. If you want to see these, they're best friends in real life. And when you have best friends, they always put on great matches. I would love to see this match because right now at this point in time, Serena's at the best she could possibly be. I think she can bring out the best match in Mickie as well.
I'll agree with you. I think Serena Deeb is the right choice, and I think it would be instead of telling WWE to fuck off, this match would prove, look what you missed out on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I also don't say Deonna because I don't know if that would happen, but that would be amazing if Deonna could be. That'd be second choice.
But the forbidden door is open.
Not for NWA and Impact.
Oh man,
some bad blood.
I'll say Serena second, but I'll say my first choice is her versus Anna Jay, to give Anna Jay that spotlight, build her up as a star.
That's gonna be a while, man. You know she's getting pregnant from Jungle Boy real soon.
If she's healthy, she's still out. And
that damn jungle sperm.
Newman Company says Mickie James versus Melina just for the sake of nostalgia. Yeah, that's always good.
Yeah. Melina's still been going strong. All right, next one up. You know, we haven't said it on the show yet, but it is 4th of July over here in America. So the barbecues are happening all across everywhere. So AEW edition, whose barbecue are you going to? The Elite, the Mario Bros, and Mustache Mountain over there. Team Taz. I know how you feel about Taz, Zach. Death Triangle and Eddie Kingston. The Inner Circle, the Pinnacle, Dark Order, or the Cons?
Do you not have a JR barbecue?
I did not. I can't. That's
Damn,
an
man.
oversight, in my opinion. But WWE Dynamite JR Barbecue, you can throw me there as well.
Oh,
JR's
man.
Barbecue, man. Just like that picture coming fresh to you.
I'm gonna say Team Taz's. I don't think I could last too
Wow.
long with some of these other ones. And plus, Taz would always make sure that I had everything on my plate. Hey Zach, you get the chips. Zach. You got it.
Oh
Listen,
man.
I have a feeling who Eric's going to pick. I feel like he might pick the Dark Order, but who are you going to say?
I actually was thinking the Dark Order because, okay, so the Elite, the Dark Order, the Elite, they're all gonna be making themselves laugh with their own jokes, their inside jokes.
Yeah.
The Pinnacle, I'm good. They're gonna be wearing suits, not eating anything, drinking champagne. The Cons, it's gonna be a nice family dinner. He's like, so Dad, my wrestling promotion's going really well. I don't know if you checked it out lately. What else we got?
But the money on that stuff, man. You don't have to be wine dining and whatnot.
If he brings the Jaguar girls, we can talk. Death Triangle and Eddie Kingston, nah, they're gonna beat the fuck out of me. They're just too alpha. Yeah, Dark Order, fuck it. I'll drink with Hangman.
You guys are missing the biggest point of a barbecue, the food. We know the Elite can't cook. We know that. I'm going with the Inner Circle because I know at least my boys Santana Ortiz will get me eating right. They're going to have that. The New York boys, man, they're going to get me in there with some nice food, nice Hispanic, Puerto Rican food, man. I'll be grubbing. So I'm going Inner Circle with this one.
Hager's going to
I can dig that. And Eric, we are missing the point of this. We are missing the point. We left off JR for a barbecue.
This is, man, JR's barbecue. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Hate to see it. Now, if we did the AEW edition, you know we got to go to the WWE edition. So WWE edition, we got the McMahons. We got the Bloodline, the Samoans over there, man. You know, they know how to eat. The Hurt Business, Alexa's Playhouse, Street Profits and Bianca, Seth and Becky, or Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. How are you going to spend your 4th of July?
Oh, okay. Is Bray with Alexa? Is the Fiend there?
We could throw Bray and Alexa in there because, you know,
Oh.
if you're going to have Alexa, you got to have Bray there as well.
Damn, okay, that rules her out.
You don't want to eat with the Fiend?
As creepy as Alexa is, if you say me and her 4th of July, you know what? I'll take it. Seth and Becky, man, this is boring. Vince, I do not want to spend a second watching him eat. Ugh, disgusting.
Oh, man. I need more beef.
No New Day bar. I would go to a New Day barbecue over anything else in the world.
Okay, the New Day. You throw the New Day on there. I would have said the Hurt Business personally. I feel like, you know, MVP gonna have me eating right. You're gonna have the atmosphere, the vibe going well. You down there in Miami, you know whatnot.
Seth and Becky, man, that's gonna be the most boring barbecue ever. Like protein shit and like nuts and like fucking
CrossFit.
kale. You gotta push a tire to get to your meal. No, I'm good
I
on
feel
that.
like those Samoans though with the bloodline, man, they know how to eat.
Look, I feel the same way, but I feel like there's gonna be like pineapple on everything.
Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna go MVP. MVP knows how to take care of you.
Yeah.
If it's not
For
there,
sure.
he'll get it there.
For sure. My runner-up was Bianca and the Street Profits. I feel like they know what they're doing too.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh man. But yeah, that's the 4th of July celebration. Get the barbecue going. Let us know in the comments who you're gonna go, whose barbecue you're gonna go to. To finish up this segment though, last question of the one gotta go. We know we've been feeling weird about Peacock these days. Well, you take Peacock, but WWE goes back to their regular scheduled program, like just pay-per-views at 3 hours, nice and easy how it is now. Or do you go back to the WWE Network, but you're getting those 7-hour, 2-day pay-per-views?
Ugh. Shit, that's hard. If we didn't have a YouTube channel where we have to watch these damn pay-per-views, I would prefer the network.
You're gonna
But
struggle with the Peacock not working, and it's cut out on me in almost every single thing we've watched so far.
I think I kind of take Peacock just because of the extra content.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll go with
They
Peacock.
got a whole bunch of Fast and Furious over there on Peacock as well.
Yeah, F9 will be on there next fall. Table for three can only take you too far.
Yeah. I just like the WWE ride-alongs used to do. Those are pretty cool.
Those are fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's pick one this week, man. Check us in next week for another segment of those. Let us know in the comments who you'd pick. And hopefully you can enjoy your holiday.
And Mr. Nushi One going with Peacock is straight trash.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't
Girls five ever.
Stop. No. I hate that commercial.
Thank y'all for leaving comments in the chats. We really appreciate that. If you're not watching this live, leave comments anyways, because we always go back, check it out, and see what you want to say, because we care. We care about all 501 of you, and if you are not one of the 501, subscribe,
Then
join us,
you.
because it's a great, nice family.
The views of the podcast do not support Eric's views.
Hit that subscribe button.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, let's do a quick talk here. So, Pandemic Wrestling is now ending. July is a big month. We have Impact with Slammiversary July 17th. They have fans. MLW Battle Riot 3 July 10th. They will have fans. ROH Best in the World July 11th. They will have fans. New Japan Pro Wrestling Summer in Sapporo. Summer Struggle? Sapporo? Jumbled notes. Anyways, that is July 10th as well. AEW Road Rager, Fighter Fest, Fight for the Fallen, all fans coming back. WWE live crowds, house shows, SmackDown July 16th, and Money in the Bank July 18th with full fans. Everything is coming to an end with pandemic era wrestling. So let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about everything that we had to deal with in this past year plus. So let's start out here and leave comments too, because we want to know what you think about the pandemic era of wrestling as well. It's going to be one we remember, and a lot of it we forget because it all blends together.
Yes.
What are you excited about to have back, first of all?
Crowds got to be up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll put this caveat. If it's crowds, what about crowds? And for me, it's going to be to tell promoters more so how to gauge who they push.
Okay, that's a good aspect to look at it. Mine from the beginning of all this was just the moments. As wrestling fans, you'd like to always look back at stuff, and I would hate to look back at Rhea Ripley or Drew McIntyre, their first Mania, just in some warehouse, and Edge returning, or people like that, Zelina returning just recently. So those big moments, I hate not having that atmosphere of the crowds there. So that's what I would want the crowds back for.
Nice.
Yeah.
Eric?
As I've said it to death, crowds are a part of the show. They are a organic. People in the crowds don't usually think of this, but you do contribute to how good a match or a show is. Look at Hogan and The Rock. That was a damn great match.
Yes.
The crowd just controlled that match. I am excited for promotions to lose the control that they've been given through the pandemic, through audio, through planted crowds. They have to go back to being organic. They have to go back to actually trying, and it's just refreshing. I cannot stand edited audio, and I hated when they did it before the pandemic, but now it's just been too much.
Yeah. Full on agree. Anything else that you're glad to have back? You think fans will change, or anything else production-wise you think is going to be coming back that we missed?
Ooh, production.
More, I guess, outside the ring action, because you're in a pandemic. Besides doing a creative what's it called, theatrical match? I forgot what they're called.
The cinematics.
The cinematics.
Thank you. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Now you actually get to go out into the crowds, go out and, I don't know, Attitude Era used to go out in the parking lot a lot. I wouldn't mind if AEW did that for a while.
They did that in the beginning when Dynamite's first show. They had a lot of stuff in the crowd where I remember Inner Circle would be in their little booth, and you had Elite come and attack them, or they'd fight where the ice cream thing wasn't out there. So that was the concessions and whatnot. So that was kind of cool. Yeah, my thing for me, especially with AEW, is the stage. So at least we can get the proper stage to, and they tried their best with Dynamite, but that short little ramp and steps just doesn't work for me for the visual of it and the grandeur.
Right. Well, we'll see this week on Dynamite. This Wednesday, we get to see a big ass show again. So I'm really excited for Wednesday night. Next question: what are you glad to be done with? Eric, you already kicked it off with the can sound and all that. Anything else?
Oh man.
I will say just the emptiness. The emptiness. It feels like, especially when you watch Raw, it's just like you're in a vacuum, and it drains you. That's a nice thing about ROH being an hour and doing interviews and stuff, so you get to know the characters more.
Yeah.
The silence actually worked because they did really well with it, but the silence can drain the hell out of it, especially Impact. Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shows like that need it. Real quick before you guys answer, Solid Phantom again. Yes, yes, yes. Not sure exactly what you're referring to, but yes.
I think,
Noob and company in there. WWE needs to get back to the swing of things, mainly on Monday Night Raw. So hopefully things will be better for WWE. Yeah. I think personally they're gonna get rid of those fireworks. Remember before pandemic, there was no pyro going on. Now that they're gonna cut back down on that. I'm very interested to see the new stages though. That's gonna be really cool.
Yes. I mean, all across the board, almost new stages everywhere.
Oh,
and yeah,
yeah,
hopefully Khan can get to that checklist part with the fireworks in WWE yet.
Yeah. And I think now with some changes that would be happening would be just the more natural things happening. Like, for example, Rusev Day back when that happened, that was so natural because of the crowd reacting to it. Or Becky Lynch's run. So now we can finally see people who, when you put in the work, like you see Ricochet busting his ass from Mustafa Ali, we can see the crowd react to them and get behind them so they can, make their ascent if the creative or backstage is not controlling that so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one. What do you hope crosses over? So for me, I hope cinematic matches cross over, but are very sparingly used, but make sense to be used. And you got to watch your timing on where to put them in the show too, because if you are going to show them to a crowd, I mean, you can always, play around with it, but I mean, you want the crowd noise in the background.
Right.
It's tough. The way they did it for Double or Nothing, I know we disagree here, but I love the way they did it where it was a cinematic match. They taped it, but they still entered into the crowd. They said, oh, why not use the crowd and finish the match there? So that was kind of nice touch.
I liked it as it was just put in the wrong spot.
But I also feel like it needs to be the main event if you do a cinematic match. I just don't think it breaks up properly in the middle or anywhere else.
Fair point. Very fair point.
The way the final deletions worked, you keep cinematic matches. It's just, and they you can't do them often. Once every year, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think just cinematic matches. I can't really think of anything else that have crossover. Besides, I guess, creativity to make the Thunderdome. That took creativity. So, be creative. Keep that.
I'd say some of the. Oh, go ahead, real quick.
You're good. You're good. I was gonna move on.
I was gonna say some of the stuff like it's kind of touches on what Eric said, but being creative. But as bad as some of the camera angles have been, some of the stuff they've done, working the camera and making things like they've really helped Bray out a few times in the beginning, like doing some of the stuff in the crowd. So keep some of that stuff. Like, just keep things fresh with how you're doing certain segments. I think they did a lot of that stuff there. So bring that to it.
Right. I think it's weird because you see AEW trying to find their footing with a lot of their camera angles, and then you see WWE when they had crowds do the exact same camera angles.
Yeah.
So it was, that's fair. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you guys miss anything about pandemic era wrestling? Was there anything that you felt was kind of special at first, or?
So it was mostly in the beginning for me for AEW. I thought that's where they really shined in the beginning because WWE was almost unwatchable at the beginning. I don't remember those few matches. They had Stone Cold out there and it was just unwatchable.
Yeah.
But the way AEW handled it, even in the QT Marshall Shaq, where we had some of the best matches come out there. Britt Baker out there with her first match with Cheetah. That's where that came out and she found her own. A lot of guys just they got more experience. And I want AEW to do more of the dark matches. Like, I know you guys don't like watching 2-hour-long darks, but you had so many people that had like 6 months or 3 months or years of experience on the indies get some spotlight on dark and get some reps and be able to, in front of the executives they're trying to impress, but also get some response from the fans. That will help them eventually get signed. So if they're going to keep traveling, bring all those people into indie talent. Like we're indie talent here. If you want to come over here and bring whoever you want to put on a match, that'll be amazing. So shout out to them for doing that. I hope they continue doing that.
Yeah, that's true. I would damn sure be more excited for because they used to tape like 205 Live after SmackDown or whatever. I would be damn sure more excited for Dark than 205 Live. So
yeah. Real quick, another question for us, West Coast Pop. We got our boy Carnage Rage in the chat, man. What's up, Carnage Rage? He has a question for us. Do we watch Pro Wrestling Noah? Have you guys seen Japan's Pro Wrestling Noah?
I keep up to it.
No.
Like I read what happens. I don't watch it.
Yeah, I follow it. I used to watch it in a time period when Taiji Ishimori was there. You had the legend Marufuji. So I used to watch that period a lot. Not too much before, and I'm still keeping up now. But if there's any matches you want to recommend, for sure, man. Shout out to you, Carnage Rage. Thanks for the support.
Yeah, we do have. We've been taking a break from recording the Is It Worth It series, but I've got 2 Pro Wrestling Noah matches lined up for it already. So
Yeah,
it's on our radar.
Nice. Very fun series, and I like the exposure. So thanks for suggesting stuff. Last thing, your bright spots during pandemic era. It doesn't have to be best matches or anything like that, but and low spots. Just for me, for a bright spot, for example, the talking between wrestlers in ROH. They have absolutely no sound, and you do not know that they're calling matches. I think that was kind of astounding. I never once while watching ROH heard them calling a match. So if they did, great on them for hiding it verbally, and or great on them for their camera work and knowing the match.
Okay, that's a good point. Shout out to Veda Scott. She was on Twitter talking about this. If you all have to work together, the commentators, the referees, you can't have these people doing all this work and you listen back to the match, the commentators just burying you or not putting effort. And I don't know. If someone hits a finisher, say the finisher, put some energy to that. They'll be Triple H does a pedigree. Oh, you just did the pedigree. Oh man, just did the move. And some people don't even mention it. It happens a lot in Impact sometimes. They don't even talk about the finisher. That's a huge thing for me with commentators.
Right. I guess the biggest positive for me has just been there's been certain talents that have just stepped up to the plate. Sasha and Bailey, they killed it.
Yes.
John Moxley, for a good while there, was doing a great job. Drew McIntyre, champion of the pandemic. There's so many people who got released from WWE who honestly put so much time, or they'll get the shine they deserve. They killed it during the pandemic. They deserve a bonus just for being there, just for showing up. So the big positive has been the wrestlers. They stepped up to the plate and kept it going.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Any low spots for me? It's people doing double, triple duty. The Thunderdome really kind of hurts my eyes after a while. It was really cool and creative, but after a while, it is just I can't keep doing this in the background.
So that was my problem with it. Especially the Edge when he was taking out Jimmy Uso on a SmackDown. He's viciously choking him out. And you see some woman in the back just smiling. And she'd been smiling for if you'd watched it, she'd been smiling for the past hour. And it was just the same reaction. So I don't get what they do to that. That's a terrible moment. And then there was something else. The camera angles. So Edge is doing his work, man. He's beating up Jimmy Uso. And they kept cutting back from left to right to left to right. And I'm just what the hell am I watching, man? I have a freaking seizure. Just take it easy with those camera angles. That's kind of what I meant earlier. But damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Biggest negative has been Raw. Fuck Raw. The whole pandemic era. They failed. Raw was a failure. That's it.
If you're gonna do these many shows, and we're not gonna remember all those shows, put some new talent there, man. Give them a chance.
Yeah, just let them wrestle. If creative is that difficult for you, just let them wrestle, and have at it.
Yeah.
The other low spots for me, again, the can noise from WWE was just ridiculous, and the AEW talent around the ring was
painful.
So bad. I had to watch very, very many Dynamites on mute because of that.
Sometimes I enjoyed some. I'll say for my part.
Your ears are not as attuned as mine, young man.
Oh man.
Quick shout out from Junga. I think he's asking us, did we approve of 2-Night Mania?
Ooh.
I can't do it every year.
Yeah.
If you have a small enough roster, I say you just do one night. But again, they have a bloated roster. They have 2 brands. So I think that's what we're gonna get.
I just because we can get 2 people to main event now. you have more people get their shine. You know, you get the person you want to push, and it's the person who we feel like should get the main event. You know, so I like that aspect.
Yeah. The God, again, YouTube channel answer is that was a busy ass week. We had a busy week.
Yeah.
But watching it, I'm glad Bianca got a main event. I don't think that would have happened if it was just one night Mania.
Exactly.
Right.
So, take the good, take the bad.
But they got the idea from New Japan, but they don't watch it though. They don't watch it.
All right. So the pandemic era of wrestling ends. It'll trickle out for federations, but it ends this Wednesday for Dynamite. So check in with AEW as we get back to the fans. We get back to it full time this month. This is a game-changing month. So again, leave some notes in the comments. Let us know in the live chat here what you liked, what you didn't like, and are you glad we're moving the F on finally? All right. Really quick though, Noob and Company positives. Asuka, huge workhorse during the pandemic. Her title runs were kind of like bland booking wise, but she was a freaking workhorse.
She was.
Sasha and Bailey, of course, carried the women's division, highest rated segment in wrestling during the pandemic.
That is true. They don't get enough credit for that.
Yeah. Together, Drew McIntyre as champion, cinematic matches, and etc. Thank you for the feedback, Noob and Company. Let's go on here and play Versus.
Let's go.
Eric.
Versus!
Don't boogs me, man. I fucking hate him.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. So, basically, so on Twitter, JR's been catching some shit for this. The WWE Dynamite. And people are calling for him to retire. Now, we're going to discuss it. At the end, Knock and I are going to give our true thoughts on this, but for the purpose of this segment, Versus, is it time for JR to retire? I will be arguing, no, it's not. Knock will be arguing, it is. Pro versus con, and Zach will be our judge.
And really quick in the chats too, help me out here. Be my jury. Give me your feedback on what these guys have to say.
Yes, sir.
So the way I've got this set, Zach, do you have a timer on you, your phone?
I do. Let me figure out if my old ass can figure it out.
Alrighty. Because we're at that hour mark, just to keep the show on track.
Gotcha.
Go ahead and set. We're going to have 3 rounds. Knock and I will get 3 minutes in the opening argument round. That's where we will argue should JR be retired or not. Second round, Zach, you will ask whatever questions you want. However many you want, because I trust that you have a good amount.
Hold up, my Sean John wearing my guy in the chat, Mr. Nushi. Knock wins. Of course, the final boss wins.
I swear if I check this message now. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Just wait till the show's over.
You heard it there first.
Second round, Zach will ask questions. Third round is just the decision. Zach will decide who wins. So.
Okay. You said 3 minutes?
3 minutes. Knox, since you are arguing the pro, I will let you go first. Why should Jim Ross retire?
Well, I'm arguing the pro because the man doesn't even know what show he's on. The man has been saying WWE Champion, WWE Dynamite. Randy Orton is the best in the world. What show are you on, JR? You're on AEW Dynamite, man. Represent your talent. You're saying they're spot monkeys and jumping and flipping on each other doesn't make sense. How are you going to put down your own people, man? That's what I'm talking about. Just promoting picture-in-picture on your JR's barbecue. Can you promote my guy, Brian Pillman? Can you promote my guy, Darby Allin? What are you talking about here, man? The Dapper Yapper, that's all you ever say. That's the best line you got going, but your best line does not have to do with a match. JR, you're a legend. You're one of the best in the world. But this is not WWE, man. It's a new day. It's a new day. And the best commentary team, Zach, is not even the main commentary team on Dynamite. That tells you all. I rest my case.
You got 2 minutes left if you want to keep going.
I don't need 2 minutes. It's over.
Damn.
Let the comments know.
You know what that reminds
I got some grilling to do over here, man. It's a holiday. I don't work by the hour.
Reminds me of that Rick and Morty with this like, more lasers. You have more time to answer the question. And that's just it.
All right, Eric, you ready?
All right, let's do this.
Okay, go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man just admitted to you that Jim Ross is one of the best of all time. Maybe the best of all time play-by-play commentator. And you people want to turn your back on him? So he said WWE Dynamite. What's going to happen next week? You going to stop watching AEW? You're going to be like, oh, snap, he said WWE. I'm on the wrong channel. I need to switch channels. The man made a Freudian slip after working for the same company for 30 years. 30 straight. Do you know how many times on this motherfucking channel I've made a Freudian slip? And this channel has no stakes? This man goes on TV, fast paced, every week. He's got to keep up with Excalibur and his knowledge dropping ass. He's got to keep up with Tony Schiavone and his barista looking ass. He's got to keep up with so much every week, and you people want to just toss him aside? I dare you. I'm going to look up anyone who says JR should retire. I'm going to look up your YouTube channel, see how many videos you've got up, and see if you did them perfectly. Make sure you don't edit nothing. Make sure you go live. Make sure you do it for 2 hours straight. And you could, after you do that, tweet JR and say, JR, I did your job for you. It was easy. But until you do that, you need to sit your candy ass down in my courtroom. I rest my case.
Oh,
All right.
Let us know in the chat who you got, because I think I got the victory there, for my opinion. So I'm just saying.
Let me ask some questions here really quick.
right.
Eric, do you think he actually fits with the younger demographic that they are trying to get, or is he just there for nostalgia?
Damn, this man's asking such good questions. Zach, first of all, let me just say this. This channel we're on right now is the best channel in the country.
Your honor.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. This channel is the best channel on YouTube, first of all. We have the best community, first of all. Damn great community. Now, to answer your question, does anyone truly fit with the younger demographic? Are you going to go on TikTok, find the coolest, hippest kid you can find and say, hey, Junior, you want to commentate for Dynamite? Or would you rather have a man who knows wrestling like he knows barbecue sauce? I'd rather have that. I'd rather have a man who's been in the business for so long that he knows every original move and he's willing to learn. Have you heard him call a tope el suicida? The man is learning for the younger generation. So to answer your question, yes, I believe he does fit.
Okay.
Does he remember every move? I remember him going, oh, what was that move again?
Excuse me.
You
Might
got
have
it.
to
You
find
got
you
it.
in contempt. I'll ask a real question, but Knock, does he know barbecue?
He does not know barbecue. I haven't read the book, but unless you're from New York, you don't know barbecue. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't hear about no Missouri or Texas or all these southern states. New York.
He's gonna hit us up. That's below the belt.
All right, Knock. If we were to get rid of JR, would you just get rid of him, like you just got rid of yourself, or would you do a storyline to ease him out and give him kind of a Ric Flair saying goodbye moment?
Ooh, I would give him the Ric Flair goodbye. Again, he's a legend. I don't hate the guy. He brings a lot to it, so he would deserve that. That'd be kind of cool for a commentator to get that. I don't think a commentator ever got that before.
Okay. Showing a lot of respect for a guy you want to get rid of. In the chats, Mr. Nushi, let the record show. Eric called the jurors candy asses. Hold him in contempt.
Kangaroo court.
Question for the judge. Pat McAfee or JR, since Eric said no one would be good for the newer generation.
I cannot answer that without crowds, sir.
Okay.
Eric, you think he's so good? Do you think crowds back will distract him and like throw him off?
Well, I have faith in JR. I have absolute faith because this man called. Knock, you're a fan of New Japan, I assume. I personally don't touch the stuff myself, but this man traveled to Japan, a world where he's surrounded. Like, can you imagine being surrounded by people screaming at the top of their lungs in a language you can understand? That's distracting. But imagine going to Japan where you don't speak the language and you have that surrounding you, but he still called it like a mastermind, like a genius. In fact, I once asked JR, I met him in the airport. I said, JR, how do you do that?
Oh, come on.
How do you do that? And he said to me, well, by God, Eric, honestly, I don't know. It's just automatic, okay? And that is what I want on my Dynamite. I want automatic.
Let the record show. Eric apparently honestly met Hank Hill. Knock, next up for you. Would you be content with making Old Yeller just be kind of a part-time announcer on Dynamite rather than get rid of him?
Yeah, I don't think he needs to do the full shows. I think you bring someone else in. Veda Scott, man, I've been saying her, sign her, put her on the show, and have JR do some of the special matches. Maybe keep him backstage for some of the special interviews as well. But don't completely get rid of him. Just not full time.
Okay. The third round is just my decision.
Just your decision.
All right. Well, I am going to rule that Eric wins. Eric wins.
What?
2-0.
What?
Because
this doesn't even make any sense. Throw the book out. The final boss. This is discrimination. This is terrible.
Sir.
Suck it.
Let me explain my reasoning.
What does the comment say? Go to the comments. The jury.
The jury is out. Let me make my statements here. Number one, you just contradicted yourself, Knock, with my last comment. You said he should stay, even if it's part-time. The second reason...
I think, speaking to my lawyer right now, that's not what I said. If you want to roll back the tape.
Oh, we've got this.
If you can find the tape, I'll believe it, but...
if you're saying he should work part-time, you're saying he should still be there, which kind of negates the whole purpose of your argument.
Is that a downgrade in his job? Is he losing his job, his full-time job? Because I believe he was a full-time employee. I didn't think he was part-time.
But he's still out there every week speaking to the crowd.
He's not out there every week. He could be there part-time, maybe this week here, this week there.
You
don't have to bring him in. Just put him in a booth.
Focus again.
All right.
The last thing for my reasoning, no matter what company you are, if you get rid of good old JR, the IWC will kill you.
That is true.
Would they, though? I don't know about that, because they've been on his ass.
Ooh. But you know what? I don't care about the IWC. What I care about is the WCP ruling. Zach ruled it. Fuck you, Nushi. Eric wins. 2-0 in versus, baby.
2-0 in versus by two people that aren't actually the champions on the show. So hey, man, I'll sleep very nice with my belt tonight. Thank you very much.
Oh man.
All right. He's gonna have a wig on it and some lipstick. All right, let's get into our final episode. Here we got promo school, episode 64 of promo school. We love doing promo school. It keeps these two independent wrestlers on their toes, verbally and mentally. And today, since we are celebrating America, this country, you two will be cutting a promo on a completely random country. It can be totally made up. It can be from parts unknown. It can be from Dr. Doom's Latveria. We can go to Death Valley, Wakanda, Gotham. You could be a neighboring country to Commander Aziz. Like wherever you are from, you're going to cut a 30-second promo on that country.
Got it.
If you want to do an accent, text Apollo real quick and figure out how to do one. But this is it. We're going to celebrate your country today, wherever the hell that may be.
Okay.
Who is ready?
I'm set.
Okay.
Before we get into this, Solid Phantom saying he loves this. Thank you very much.
But who won, though? Who won, Solid Phantom? Let the people know.
And then Nushi won with his bullshit law degree. Knock was until his Fifth Amendment right to self-incrimination trial is thrown out, a.k.a. Bill Cosby style.
Exactly. Thank you, Mr. Nushi, in the chat, man.
But you know what? I'm glad Nushi said something, because for this promo, I'm going to be cutting on New Zealand, a land very close to Mr. Nushi 1.
Oh, man.
Fucking New Zealand, man. I've never met a country want to be Australia so bad. I mean, how do you... What do you guys do? You got milk? Is that your guys? That's your guys' chief export, right? Milk? Congratulations. You do that thing that we have cows in America. You know that, right? You know our cows are USA grade A beef, so they have USA grade A milk. New Zealand. I'll spit on New Zealand. What you got? Active volcanoes and deep glacier lakes? Pick a lane. Are you hot? Are you cold? What are you? And you know what? Anyone from New Zealand, and this includes you, is a pansy ass, wimpy ass, son of a gun. I rest my case.
Still in the courtroom. Eric lays it down. Champ, what do you got for us?
Well, the champ is here, and the champ is going to represent no country. because I'm an assassin from the League of Shadows. Walk with your brother. Walk with us today as we represent nobody. We take out people like Eric and Zach, representing misled things, but we here, we do this right. It is our destiny. It is Ra's al Ghul's destiny. Victory has defeated you, my friend.
Alright.
And shout out to Mr. Nushi, man. New Zealand is very cool. When I watched Rocket Power as a kid, I always wanted to go there. Eric doesn't know what he's talking about.
New
Gotta
Zealand.
figure out how to mute Knock.
We're not going to mute the champ today, okay? We're not muting me. Do not mute me on.
Money in the bank.
Don't mute me. He takes himself off.
Money in the bank. Everyone's gonna be cheering for him to lose that championship.
Oh my goodness. That is episode 64. Thank you guys for sticking with us. Thank you for
I am the provider of this pay-per-view of this.
And another thing, and this. All right, Eric, you got any last words here before Knock jumps in again?
Oh yeah! Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing, Noob & Co. and our hidden 501st sub. Leave a comment if you guys can see the screen right now. Leave the answer to the question I have posed in promo school, the equation. Thank you all for watching live, Zach. I think that's farewell from Knock. So where can they find us?
They can find us going into Money in the Bank, climbing the ladder, rung by rung, as gravity gets heavier and thicker as we climb to the very top. And we reach up and we replace that light bulb that burnt out because our maintenance guy has not been responding to our messages. And that's where they can find us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the West Coast POPcast. Thank you for joining us. Episode 64 is in the books. Thank you for getting us to 500 and 501. We love all 501 of you. And if you're not part of that 501, please join us, hit subscribe, because we'd love to have you. That is it. Have a great week. Have a great 4th of July. Have a great
Wasn't
everything.
Lord of Rings shot in New Zealand? Eric, what are you talking about, man? Come on. Give me some respect on this channel. Shouts to Noob & Company, Japan.
Have a great week, everyone, and be excellent to each other.
Yeah, don't be Knock.